You are the most blue collar person I know. I wish I was you, honestly.
I honestly don't even know blue collar means.
Put in a hard day's work. Bring your lunch.
Did you just say you don't know what blue collar means?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to clock in, clock out. Have my wife makes me a peanut butter jelly.
Oh, that's like the lunch pail worker.
Yeah, right. My hands are all callousy and shit.
You want to see it? Look how nasty these are.
I don't even want to shake your hand because I feel like my hand would.
These hands seem
cut.
more work than C-3PO.
Ooh. Wait, how? C-3PO doesn't do anything.
He's out there.
He just stands there and complains the whole time.
He's
literally me.
He's been through
You're
it.
R2. R2's the one who's in the thick of things. He's fucking getting gadgets and shit. He's popping out the lightsaber, got the little saw.
I'll take R2.
Yeah. And Chewbacca over here. He's so offended by that.
Oh, Chewbacca's a fucking unit.
Okay, well, you looked offended. Your facial expressions tell the opposite of what you're thinking.
I have a lot going on up here.
The other day,
sometimes I'm just it's too much, and I don't know how to feel.
He's mad about something in his head, not what you said.
Breaking down something that happened in the episode, and he's going, and I'm like, am I saying something wrong? He's like, no, I'm agreeing.
What?
And he's shaking his head no. He's sending me mixed signals here.
It keeps you on your toes, you know?
No, it actually rattles me. It makes me fall off my toes.
Oh, wait, so you want to hear why I was late?
Okay,
my dad.
Let's hear this.
I go to my house because I left work late, so I wanted to go to my mom's house because she's got to have food there, right? First of all, no food, so I didn't eat anything yet. And I'm talking to my dad, and I'm like, yeah, my car's having a hard time shifting gears. And I don't know anything about cars. You know, he's my dad. You know, dads know cars, right?
Yeah, dads know cars, yeah.
No, dads think they know cars. I have no idea what you're doing.
No, but
eventually you'll become the dad who thinks.
Yeah. So I popped the hood, and my oil's low.
Right.
My transmission fluid's low.
Uh-huh.
My power steering's low.
That's not good.
Yeah, so I ended up going to Pep Boys, spending $50 on fluids.
So you've been running around in a death trap, basically.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, like, my transmission could have went, like, at any moment. No fluids in there.
So that's why you were late?
Yeah.
Well, you weren't that late. You were like 10 minutes late.
15.
That's early for you, actually. You were early.
I've been on time, for the most part. Right?
You know what? You either come 15 minutes late or 15 minutes early. It's so frustrating. Because I think I have time, and then you're like, here. And I'm thinking, oh, well, now gotta put my clothes on. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast. I am Bo Olivar, joined today by Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, and Teddy, Nerd Soup Notes Teddy.
No notes today.
No notes today.
Well, I mean, I got my stuff in my head. But.
Yeah, you got the mental notes. That's all you'll need, because today we're talking about news and movies and television and other stuff, pop culture things. First black hole ever discovered. Not discovered, well, taking a picture.
It's been a while since I've done one of these, huh?
We haven't done a podcast. We've got a lot of news.
You've been inside for a while.
Yeah, I've been locked in, dude. I've been just plugged into the net for the past 2 months. But we are here, and we're back, and yeah, we've got trailers to talk about. New Star Wars trailer. We got a Lion King trailer as well.
Yeah.
New Star Wars news about some of the movies at D&D.
Teddy just got so shaken up with that Lion King trailer you just dropped.
Was it really?
Did you see it?
That wasn't in the text chain, and Teddy, he doesn't like getting curveballs like this.
You're joking? Was this planned?
No, this wasn't planned. I just mustered that up.
It's been a while. I can't remember the last real podcast we've done. It's been Game of Thrones Central. And if you're here from our Game of Thrones, new subscriber, it's a little change up from what we normally do. More laid back conversation. It's probably your first introduction to Teddy. I know you're on a death prediction, right?
Yeah.
So you know Teddy, kind of.
I hope.
You sound very confident.
Yeah. So this is what's going to be like after Thrones. So it could either be a great thing or a horrible thing, depending on your taste.
Should we drop this?
You got it out.
We'll figure it out. John Cena's going to be in Suicide Squad.
That's part of the news.
You know, that I wasn't too excited about that. That was one of those like, oh okay, cool.
Yeah, I saw the link, and then there was like it was like a picture, but I couldn't see anything.
So, is that the joke?
You're legit.
He's right. I liked it.
So fucking.
And you can listen to us on iTunes.
In my head, I'm like, wait, what do you mean you didn't say anything?
iTunes at the Nerd Soup Podcast, SoundCloud Nerd Soup Podcast, and Spotify the Nerd Soup Podcast. I don't know why, but the logo won't change on iTunes, even though we've changed it in all the necessary
it's so
places.
Stupid. By the way, we're at 21st in all shows in TV and film.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, so
Game of Thrones. Thank you.
Moving on up.
Moving up. No, we're not moving on up. We're the little shark that's feeding off of the big shark. You know, in those documentaries.
We're
eating those scraps. Thank you, George.
They ain't finishing.
And today we will start the podcast by talking about Star Wars. I think we should jump into Star Wars. But before that, NerdSoup4U on Twitter, nerdsoup4u@gmail.com. You can send your questions and we will answer them. Nerdsoup Monkey, Teddy Nerd Soup. Send us all your questions.
It's Twitter and Instagram, by the way.
Twitter and Instagram and
Oh, yeah.
Facebook.
You're missing out if you're not on Instagram. You never know when I'm going to fucking waffle down fucking 6 Bloody Marys and go live. So,
And I might join.
yeah, you never know. It's a whirlwind over there, folks. But not really. Most of the time, I just...
No, it's not a whirlwind. It's actually just 70 and sunny. All right, so let's start this podcast by talking about Star Wars Episode 9, the first trailer. Wow, just made The Last Jedi so much better for me. That's the first thought I had. I was like, you know what, The Last Jedi, I think I might watch it in a couple weeks. Not tonight, because I'm still a little sour, but I'll tell you what, even though I loved this trailer, it's still mind-blowing to me that they didn't have a plan coming in, and that they're just trading the baton and saying, hey, you don't have to run this race. You can just go backwards or go left to right. There's no clear direction for this franchise. But I think I do prefer J.J. Abrams' vision over Rian Johnson. And I enjoy what Rian Johnson tried to do, but he came into a pre-established franchise and tried to add his own flavor, and it didn't work in hindsight. So I wish J.J. would have gotten all 3 movies because this feels like a sequel to Force Awakens. Like almost you can skip The Last Jedi.
Well, it's kind of works, I think, to its advantage, too, because they have the time jump that The Last Jedi literally took place right after
That still
the
bothers
Force
me
Awakens.
so much.
It
Didn't bother me then, but now it
I don't
really
hate the
does.
movie. I don't particularly love it. I'm kind of in the middle. The fact that the movie takes place in such a contained area of time, we needed this time jump. It didn't really expand much on a lot of things, so I'm hoping... It's always nice to see a vision from one multiple people working for it, but just... I think JJ wanted to take this series into a whole new direction, and Rian Johnson wanted to put his own spin and kind of subvert expectations. It's probably the most... I've never seen a sequel divide a fan base like this before.
No.
Can you think of anything?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe
Indiana Jones, the 4th one.
was
That
gonna say
wasn't really a division. That was everybody hated it. This
Yeah.
doesn't feel like a division either. This feels almost like
It's split.
65-35, more so than split.
So the New Testament, too, kind of divided their fan base.
Well, I mean, there was a whole new sect,
Yeah.
a whole new group of people.
Yeah, so...
I could see that, yeah.
Last Jedi.
Who's Jesus in this situation? It's Rian Johnson.
Luke?
Rian Johnson has been crucified over these past couple of years.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, it's kind of mean. But yeah, he has been fucking...
I said the other day, I was like, Sophie Turner's not the top 3 greatest actress of all time. He's like, whoa, calm down there, buddy.
That's high.
Yeah, well, I say
He
things...
didn't say top 3, so not the best.
No, I was like, she's not the best actress ever. And he's like, whoa, that's mean.
Yeah, like
Well,
being...
saying not the best, that's kind of like 15.
You
10.
think that you're going to meet these people. That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm holding out to meet Rian Johnson, Jesus, and Sophie Turner.
Well, Jesus, yes. Ted, what do you think of the trailer? You like that 2-step flip?
Yeah,
Little sign of Yoda there.
That was fucking sweet.
she's been learning.
I love that video of when the blaster just shoots her.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
could have just zapped her.
there's so many of those in Star Wars, though.
Yeah, well, I think that's Kylo Ren's not trying to kill her. He's trying to recruit her very aggressively.
He's still trying?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I hope they just go full, evil Kylo. I think I would have liked maybe the switcheroo or just that conflict. But I feel like now it's kind of set that he's not going back.
Well,
he's
his
just-
development, his transformation has been great. So
Yeah.
that's why I like it, where I want him to go full-blown
Well,
psychopath.
you see
this
that
movie.
in the trailer, though.
Yes.
Well, I
That
think-
Right when
he did
bodies
make that
that guy.
turn, yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't try to make it like he still has a little bit left.
No. I want no conflict within him.
Yeah.
Not even a smidge. Not
So-
even 1%. I
He's-
want him full-blown Vader wannabe. And
And
there's no redemption at the end.
People always... I feel like some people criticize the character for being whiny and moody and stuff like that. I think he's been my favorite character this new sequel trilogy.
He's my second favorite character of the whole franchise.
Whoa.
Yeah, behind
I think-
Yoda.
No, I think that's...
I love Kylo. Yeah, I think he's a great character.
He's
Mace Windu's up
flawed.
there for
His development has been great, I think, and
This party's over.
I think it's like that, especially with Palpatine back. It's just like, is he like try
That's
to?
when Palpatine laughed for some reason.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I'm not a huge Star Wars guy, like into the lore and stuff. Like, I tried to listen to some EU stuff and all the different theories of what happened to Palpatine clones and all this nonsense. Like, not nonsense, but all this different ideas and theories and stuff that he could be in this movie. I'm just pumped to see it.
Is that them? Is that Star Wars trying to say that he's been pulling strings in the background? Like,
No. No, yeah, it is.
It is, right? Yeah. I'm like, wait,
Yeah,
I'm not an
yeah.
idiot, am I?
Would you be
No, definitely. Well, it's
with the Snoke death, like the?
He's not dead.
Shut up, Teddy. Please. Not today.
the thing is too with this. There's so much that they've already created in new media between 6 and 7.
But if you was
so
just-
you have to explain where this man has been.
But if he was just like a puppet for Palpatine, would that like that added aspect be like, okay, that's a little bit more insight to who this character was? He wasn't really pulling the strings.
I think he's no. I don't think he was a puppet master for Snoke. I think his connection is with Rey.
Okay.
I think there was something with Rey. I still like the theory because that would make sense from Episode 8 where Kylo says that your parents were drunk traders. They were drunks. They traded you for drugs or alcohol, whatever he says. If Palpatine was in a way almost trying to recreate the conditions of Luke Skywalker's upbringing but made it more harsh, where Luke still had Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen, Rey had nobody. So that's why she's so strong with the Force, because she's had to fend for herself all this time, and that Force power within her just manifested into such an overwhelming power. And then he was trying to create the opposite, the antithesis of Luke Skywalker. I like the theory, too, that Kylo might not be as strong as we all believed him to be. But I think Palpatine's connection is going to be with Rey, whether if she's a clone of Palpatine or whether if he just found her somewhere, he discovered her. I don't know. I like the clone idea. I wouldn't hate that. Because, like I said, if those would be her adoptive parents that he gave her to.
Well, and time travel was introduced into the
I hope not.
the cartoon series, right?
Yeah. And Rebels.
Rebels.
Right?
So there's so many different aspects.
I haven't watched Rebels.
Well, unless Palpatine comes back and tries to act like he's trying to save her. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I think he was the one who, if she's his clone, then he was just trying to create the biggest, baddest Force user of all time.
Right.
But I don't know. Do you have any theories about? Do you think Palpatine might have been the puppet master?
That's what I thought was happening with hearing him in the background.
Right. I mean, his presence is the ominous laugh. It's great to have Ian McDiarmid back. I mean, he's a fantastic actor. You don't see him in enough outside of Star Wars, and I still say he was the best part of the prequels. A lot of people say Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I think Palpatine was the best part of that whole trilogy.
If they don't bring back Mace Windu,
I'm with you on this. They got to bring back Mace Windu.
for real though, if you're gonna keep Palpatine
it
out,
wasn't a body.
yeah, exactly. There was no body for
Why do
Palpatine
you love
either.
thinking everybody that's dead is still alive?
because
Walter White, Mace Windu,
Hitler.
Snoke.
Those, I was just gonna say those are all facts too.
I think we said this before. I definitely see Teddy watching like alternate history channels, like
Oh, that's all he
the
watches.
conspiracy
Dude,
theories in
all I
Argentina.
watch is conspiracies. I've been watching The Secret Book. It's like America's Secrets.
Don't say that out loud. They might come and get you.
Yeah, I believe that.
Now he's gonna text me when we're done with this. Yo, cut that part out about the secret book. I swear to God, he's gonna send that.
No, but this trailer it got me excited though for Star Wars, and I'm also happy that's coming to an end.
Lando,
I mean, yeah,
dude, I almost
Yeah.
cried when I saw Lando. Just to see Billy D.
he's looking nice, man. He's
yeah, he
loving
looks
life.
good. He's laughing with Chewie.
Back in his
Falcon.
element. Yeah, back in his
that
element.
was such a great Star Wars moment.
Even everyone, it's nice to see Finn and Poe.
Yeah, getting into more of the adventure side of Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, and if anything, if you didn't like the narrative structure of The Last Jedi and certain aspects of the film, I think the main core of characters everyone likes.
Yes,
I think especially Finn, Poe, Rey, Kylo, I think they're very strong characters. So regardless of what you felt about the previous film, I think there's a lot to look forward to with this one.
Even with Princess Leia. I mean, does that does that say that that Luke's coming back too? Because
Force Ghost.
he's
Luke is
definitely
going to
more
be a Force
powerful
ghost.
than Leia.
Well, what did you guys think about that line too, when Luke tells Rey, 1,000 generation of Jedi live within inside of you? I saw that as she's been training with all of them. That she's almost gone through a Bran Stark training session with
Are
the
we gonna
three-eyed
see
Raven.
this?
No, I think it's going to be hinted at. I think we'll see some of the Force ghosts. I think we see Yoda one last time. I think Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan will be in the movie, and I think we'll see maybe other Jedi, maybe even a Qui-Gon.
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden, maybe Hayden Christensen. Just everybody just relaying this information to
Right.
Rey. So
She's the last one.
well, what do you guys think about the title, too? I've heard theories that Skywalker, Rise of Skywalker, means that Rey is going to create a new order of peacekeepers that are called Skywalkers. Because the name Skywalker wasn't passed down. I guess Shmi. But Shmi was a slave, so how did she even get that name?
I don't know.
Maybe she just made it up.
I like
Instead of
that.
Jedi, they'll become Skywalkers.
I like that idea more than I thought it was going to be more generic. She's a Skywalker, so literally, she's the last Jedi. So
That could be it. Is it canon that Palpatine... I thought it was Palpatine that mess with the midichlorians and created Anakin.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
people are saying that it was Plagueis. I thought it was Palpatine. He learned that from Plagueis, and then Palpatine. I thought they confirmed that.
no, I think it
all
was Palpatine.
Yeah.
Because 'cause I read a theory that like since they're connected, his connection would be with Kylo because he is in that line of family.
Right. So in a way, they're not blood related, but he manifested them into
Yeah.
reality. So that's his grandfather, I guess, or his great grandfather.
Yeah, in some weird way.
Yeah.
I want to know who Kylo's killing though, because they had some armor on.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it was like a rebellion type of army he's fighting or whoever he's fighting.
Well, we had speculated that this movie might just be all-out war. I think the war has been ongoing, and we're going to just see the end of it. That I don't know. Star Wars always gives us a space battle. Probably see. I think there was a shot of.
You'll see the Knights of Ren and stuff like that.
That's what I wanted to
Weren't
see.
they on
that.
the poster?
I think that was. I'm
It
not
was
sure if that
fan-made.
poster
It was like leaked or something, right?
Yeah, I have no idea.
That was just a theory that the Knights of Ren were the ones that were in Snoke's.
The guards.
Yeah.
I really thought we were going to see them in Episode 7,
Mm-hmm.
to tell you the truth, and I thought Luke Skywalker was going to dice them up in Episode 8. It depends. I don't
Shanked
know.
on that.
Yeah, who's got a lightsaber in this movie? It's just Rey and
Besides Rey and
Kylo at this point.
Yeah.
So if Kylo's got 6 or 7 Force users behind him, you would have to think Rey needs some powerful allies because there's no way she's tap dancing on all of them. Our next story here is also Star Wars related. Knights of the Old Republic movie being developed. It was confirmed by Kathleen Kennedy, I think, or was that a rumor? I'm not even sure anymore.
I think it was confirmed.
It was confirmed. And this is going to be handled by David Benioff and D.B. Wise, the creators of Game of Thrones. We've known for a while that they were coming on board for a Star Wars trilogy.
I'm not sure if they're connected to that. I think that might be.
That's a rumor.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's.
Dude,
got
I
to be the
honestly have no
connection.
fucking clue because all these spoilers of Endgame, I haven't been on Twitter, so I have no idea anything that's going on.
Dude, people tagging us in spoilers. It's like, come on. Man.
That's why I said if.
Did you see
I
that
just
one?
I
The
just
picture?
deleted it. Yeah, I just deleted it.
How bad was that?
It's fucked up.
That's why I said
It's not a
that.
huge
it's
one,
rude.
but it's like,
It's rude.
God, yeah.
So I said to everyone.
Relax, guy.
I sent out a tweet saying like I'm not checking any replies or DMs. So sorry if I've kind of like.
Surprised I didn't make it worse. To be honest with you.
Well, I've cheated a little bit, and I have. I can't get off Twitter to save my life, but I have been dialing back. So if I miss something and you message me or whatever, sorry, I'll get back to you next week.
Right. So Knights
Because
of the
I
Old.
fucking.
Okay, you want to?
I just want to quick little.
Quick podcast on Aaron's, on your.
Well, no, because I finally want to
Twitter.
go into one of these movies I've been anticipating without knowing anything. Oh, Star Wars coming out, Day of the Last Jedi. Ooh, we dropped a video. Let me check the comments real quick to see how everyone's reacting to the new Nerd Soup. First fucking thing, Snope dies, Akbar dies. Like, oh, great.
Oh, great. Akbar dies.
Well, just it fucking
That's
spoiled
a
the whole thing.
loss, though,
No,
man.
I'm kidding.
And for Infinity War, I'm on Twitter, and someone I follow fucking spoiled everything from Infinity War. So
Before the movie?
can't trust anybody. Like
You went
2
into
days
Infinity
before.
War spoiled?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that sucks.
That hurts.
I did.
That hurt me just now.
And it's always like I think they said they're like Loki dies, Gamora dies, and something else. They didn't say the dusting happens, but once Loki died in the first scene, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I'm expecting this and this to happen.
You want to know what's nice the way I think? You can spoil it for me, and I probably will forget within like an hour.
You and Stu.
Yeah.
Stu is just like unbelievable with the things that he
'Cause
forgets.
I probably didn't hear you.
No, right. Well, you just don't listen. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, Knights of the Old Republic. I also heard a rumor that Rian Johnson and D&D would be working together on these movies.
Oh.
That they're now collaborating. That to me is perfect because I think Rian Johnson's style fits more with Game of Thrones, and if they're going for medieval sci-fi fantasy, that would be perfect. And
Well, they're doing separate.
I
projects,
heard
right?
it was a rumor
Oh, okay.
that they're now collaborating.
Okay.
So if we don't get Rian Johnson's trilogy, which I don't even know what that would be, we haven't heard any details about that. If it's
I
going
wouldn't
to
mind it. People are like saying, "Oh, Ryan Johnson's trilogy," like, "Oh, trashing it before it even comes out." I think the problem, again, with Ryan Johnson's film, The Last Jedi, that people have is that he based it off of something that was already there. If he's having a clean slate and can make his own story, his own trilogy, with new characters and new things to work with, where he has free reign, then he's a very good filmmaker. You got to expect that it's going to be a good trilogy. And
What's your favorite Rian Johnson film?
My favorite Ryan Johnson film?
Yeah, after The Last Jedi.
I mean, I like Looper.
Yeah. Okay.
Knives Out's going to be good.
I can't wait for that.
What, Looper?
Knives Out.
What did you guys think of The Brothers Bloom?
No Blu-rays. People are freaking
Hey,
out
man,
on that.
don't tag me in on this. I didn't say anything.
What do you think, Ted?
I can't wait for it. I love that they're going for like a. I was reading up on it, and they're saying that they want to go for like a more medieval film, like medieval time in Star Wars, which it's fantastic because they're getting. It's going to be prior to the Skywalkers, which is going to be so refreshing seeing a Star Wars film with no Skywalkers involved at all.
It would be cool. Honestly, it's not going to happen if it was rated R. But I think this goes to hard PG-13.
It's going to be like the slums of like
Right, yes.
Star Wars, right?
And the beginnings, too. I would like to see how the Jedi Order and the Sith were started. I would like to see that first Jedi-Sith war. I want lightsabers. I want A-list actors playing bad guys. I want B-list actors playing good guys, because that's how these movies go. And I want some politics. I love the politics in Star Wars. Sometimes they're not handled well, like in the prequels and the taxation of trade routes, but
That's a serious issue.
it is a very serious issue. And you see all the problems that have stemmed from those trade routes.
Yeah.
The stuff I read up on was that there's not going to be any lightsabers in it, and it's going to be like the time before
Okay, yeah, so I'm out.
the Jedi.
I'm just kidding.
Well, they had proto sabers, right? When they had the before
Yeah.
they had lightsabers.
Yeah, exactly. And like
See,
there's
I
not
know some lore.
there's not going to be any stormtroopers.
No, well, that's all Empire stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love that.
Yeah, you can go, it's a clean slate.
Yeah.
But you better give me some sort of lightsaber and force.
I want
power.
like fucking hundreds of Jedi,
Just a
hundreds
Yoda
of
somewhere.
Siths. Like before the Rule of 3 and everything, just before all that stuff where there's only one bad guy, maybe two.
Rule of two.
Rule of, whatever. Fuck.
Yeah, I know Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I did kind of choke on that one.
It's okay, we forgive you.
Whatever. I was thinking because there was Darth Maul, there was
It's all right.
Yeah, they never. Yeah, you don't have to go.
well, there was 3 of them in episode 1.
there's
That's
like
what
a
I was
million
thinking
of them
about.
in
Start
every
naming all
episode.
the Star Wars facts.
None of them follow the rule of two. There's always like 7 of them.
Well, I was just fucking. And you had the Inquisitors.
No, I'm defending you.
I'm not. I should know better. Hold me accountable sometimes. Because if
You
you
did,
don't,
but then it's all
No,
right,
but then
though.
you just started defending yourself, and now you're not.
let me
you're all
defend
over the
me.
place.
You don't defend me.
You are ridiculous.
It's Game of Thrones, you know. But before that, were just massive amounts of just dark side Force users, straight up battles.
Right, that's what I want to see.
They're saying it might stem to a game too, which could be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I
Well,
mean,
it was
the Knights
a-
of the
it
Old
was a
Republic
game.
game.
Yeah, well, like back to it. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
Something I never played. Yeah, I think it came out in 2004. Apparently, it's great, but you got some of the more fan favorite characters came from that game, like Darth Revan, dude who had the 2 lightsabers, the 2 purple lightsabers.
Oh, okay.
You know who I really want to see in a Star Wars movie? Evan Rachel Wood. I want to see her as a dark side user. Dolores in Westworld.
I miss her.
Me too. She's a great actress.
I miss Westworld.
I miss it, but I don't miss reviewing it.
Yeah, I was just
I'm
gonna
still
say that.
recovering.
I miss it, but I hate watching it. It's like-
You know why I said Rule of 3? Because the
Here
Rule
we
of 3,
go.
by definition, is that a trio of events or characters is more humorous, satisfying, or effective than any other number, which I think we have
Big
here.
3.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
big 3. That's what's going on here. So, you know,
Yeah, you better be careful it doesn't become a big 2. All right, let's go to the next
you
piece
gonna
of
fire
news.
Teddy?
That's rude.
Let's go to the next piece of news here. We have John Cena joining Suicide Squad. It's John Cena. Rick Flag.
On a Rick Flag, Joel Kinnaman's coming back.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, LCB had a funny joke that said the Invisible Man. That's funny.
Yeah, I'll give him that one.
I guess you got to be a bad guy. I'm trying to think of bad guys that would, like, what would it be, the fucking killer shark, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's,
That's a Batman villain, right? Killer Shark?
I don't know. He was in one of the cartoons, but
Condiment Man?
it should be something ridiculous.
If you want to make
Penguin?
Condiment Man badass, Penguin.
James Gunn would make
He's
Condiment
pretty
Man
sw-
work.
He's short, isn't he, John Cena?
No.
He's got to be at least
6'3",
he's not
6'4".
6'.
Yes, he
He
is.
I'm thinking he's like 5'8".
John Cena isn't 5'8".
This idea that you're taller than everybody. You know what? I'm not very excited for this movie, even though James Gunn is directing it, because the taste in my mouth, and I know that's not James Gunn. That was David Ayer. It's a different movie. You have a different writer, different director. I'm just not very excited.
I love
about
how
it.
they said it's not a sequel. It's a reboot, and they recast everybody the same.
But they have people coming back.
That's what I said. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't mean like they kept pretty much the same cast. Joel
Yeah.
Kinnaman's
I like
coming
that,
back.
though.
Margot Robbie's coming back. But it's still,
Well,
It's a clean slate.
a reboot in a sense could be it's still the same universe,
yeah.
and it's not necessarily a follow up, but they're rebooting it.
Viola Davis is coming back.
Like Force Awakens was a reboot, but it still followed the continuity of Star Wars. But we're reintroducing the movies to the world
Okay.
in a sense, and a reboot could be that's almost like a remake. A remake is when you get different actors, different characters.
But it's still a sequel. Like, I don't think DC
I don't
knows
think
what
it's-
sequels are, because they said Wonder Woman 1984 is not a sequel. But it kind of is. Do you think they just not know what sequels are?
DC is just, and I'm starting to get hate now too on the comments
Why?
because of how negative I am towards the DCEU.
Yeah, you better watch your fucking mouth.
But even when the movies are good, and I love Wonder Woman. What's the other one that I like?
Man of Steel.
Justice League. I like Justice League.
Man of Steel.
No.
You don't like Man of Steel?
I like Man of Steel.
Oh, yeah, because you're fucking...
Everything about the DCEU is just annoying. The fans are annoying. The executives are annoying. The actors are annoying. Everything's just annoying. And
fans aren't that.
But look at my
fans are
bookshelf.
passionate about what they like.
But you can back me up. I'm a DC guy. Look at my
Yes.
bookshelf. I'm 98% DC Comics, 2% Marvel Comics.
Isn't your favorite?
Batman's my
Yeah.
guy. Batman's my favorite fictional character of all time. And I think they have the better characters. I think they have the better universe. I just think Warner Brothers, for some reason, they can make every other franchise work except for this one. And it's just become such a mess that I haven't seen Shazam.
Didn't love it.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't even gone to see
This
it. I was
was-
going to go see it. I went to go see Penguin Highway instead.
That was it.
Anime film. It was terrific.
Shazam was okay. It wasn't anything. I think 91% of Rotten Tomatoes is crazy high. But that's,
What'd you give it,
It's 6.6.
Ted?
I think 6.8. I think.
So Idris Elba is not playing Deadshot, right? He's playing somebody else.
Yeah, I think that he's playing maybe...
Batman? How cold would that be, dude? Idris Elba as Batman?
They haven't recast him yet, huh?
No.
They had the Robert Pattinson for a while, and then the Army Hammer.
Army Hammer is the best choice.
I mean, Army Hammer, yeah. That's you can almost do a prequel to Ben Affleck.
And there's that, and there's the Fantabulous, or how I
the
just
Fantabulous
how I
Emancipation.
stopped loving the atomic bomb. Began to love it.
The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance of Harley Quinn.
Yeah, something.
I think James Gunn is the only reason why I'd see Suicide Squad,
Yes. I think he almost...
just to see what he does with it and how good he is.
He's probably upset. He's like, damn, I really got to make this movie, even though I got my Guardians job back. So, all right, whatever.
No, he's probably like, I'm in two of the biggest comic fucking franchises of all time, and I'm getting paid by both of them.
Yeah, but his heart is with Guardians.
If he blesses the DC with Suicide Squad, I wonder how much money they try and throw at him to get him back for another one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if it's good, yeah. Because that's kind of what happens with these comic book movies, right? They come out, if they're successful, the director usually always comes back. Sandberg is coming back for Shazam too. You know what I realized? Because the DCEU is going to crash and burn, so they won't have this problem. But if they were successful,
you are such a sour man.
He's just doing it more now because that's what he said.
if like 10 years from now, that kid from Shazam is not going to look like Zachary Levi.
Well, it's like
And Zachary Levi's going to be older.
he's already like fucking 16. So
Yeah,
like by the
right.
sequel comes out, he's gonna be a grown ass man turning
Right.
into another grown ass man.
Yeah. And the idea is that
Yeah.
Sham is he eventually grows into who he becomes as
just gonna say
Shazam.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just an older
What
version
happens
of Billy
when
Batson. They should have, you know what they should have done? They should have set that movie in like the 80s.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and then
And then he
you can
grows
just be
into
Zachary
Zachary Levi in the Justice League.
I think you can get another couple movies out of that the kid.
Well, he's never going to be in the Justice League but I think the Joker is going to come out and it's going to be such a big hit, and DC is going to be like, that's what we're doing.
They just do Elseworlds,
yeah,
stuff like
Elseworlds.
that. That'd be awesome.
Instead of trying to make that like the fucking
connected
the
universe.
giant connected universe, yeah.
There's no story. Like Marvel was 5 movies in, and they had a clear end at that point.
Marvel knew what they were doing with Iron Man 1, right? Like
No,
they didn't.
no, they didn't. But once they got to once they hit the Avengers, it was like, okay, we have an end game here.
Right.
I like that's good.
That was not on purpose either.
No, it wasn't.
I like that.
I hate it though. I hate that I said that. Do we have any other stories?
I've been.
Oh, let's talk about the Lion King. Second Lion King trailer that came out. What'd you think? You're high on the Lion King, right?
Yeah, big Lion King guy. I liked it. Dumbo kind of soured my taste.
I was just gonna.
on
You,
these.
you weren't a fan of Dumbo, right?
No, Dumbo fucking stunk. But
I honestly.
Lion King is what fucking stuck with me. Everyone knows the story of the Lion King,
Right.
and I don't mind. Like a lot of people, are like, oh, it's cheap. You know, I mean, not cheap, but like you're just the money grab. Obviously, all
Yeah.
movies are money grabs, and I don't have a problem with reimagining these classic stories for a new audience in a live action form. I think The Jungle Book was absolutely fantastic, but that kind of set the standard. Like, oh my god, the rest of these Disney live action remakes are going to be like The Jungle Book, and they just haven't been so far. But
They've been up to par though. They haven't been phenomenal, but they've been good.
I think Dumbo was like really like that was just terrible.
That was the worst one, yeah. But Beauty and the Beast was good.
But the thing is, too, I mean,
Aladdin looks like it's going to be good.
the Lion King story is there. they're gonna riff off of that, and they're gonna add new things, I'm sure. But it's at its base, the story is a great story. So I don't think there's much you could do to really fuck it up. I think it looks amazing. It's that same
The CGI looks great.
that same aesthetic as the Jungle Book, and Favreau did a fucking fantastic job with that. I don't know. I love the voice cast. It's a fucking top level voice cast, and I really think it's gonna be.
Ejiofor's Scar does not work. His voice isn't very menacing at all.
It doesn't.
I don't know why they didn't bring back Jeremy Irons or me.
You think you play a good Scar?
I think I'd be a better Scar than Ejiofor.
I
went into
hate
the
it.
trailer wanting to enjoy Scar because he's the best part of that first movie.
It could be a different version. It doesn't have to be Jeremy Irons.
Yeah, that's good. That's the only different part about this movie. Everything else is going to be a shot-for-shot remake.
No, it's
but
hard because they
Scar is
compare it to
going
the Charge. They're obviously going to add new things. It's not going to be a shot-for-shot remake.
like a terrible Scar.
I'd rather
Off
a
of a trailer?
shot remake.
Did you
I would
guys
like
see that thread? Oh,
How do you know
to
that
me,
it's
that's
going to
so
be a terrible
disappointing.
Scar off
No?
the trailer?
No
Just
way.
because you have Jeremy Irons in your head and that's your version you prefer doesn't mean that Ejiofor is going to do a bad job.
I don't prefer Jeremy Irons because I don't really like the first Lion King anyway.
So you're just a fucking
What?
fraud. Because you're making
Why
me
are you getting
upset
so
today.
excited?
I don't know.
Well, how far do you stray away from
You,
the story?
you hate
can't.
everything.
That's the thing. When you bring this to live action, animals don't emote. And that's the
You like the
advantage
Jungle
of-
Book. It's the same fucking
No,
style.
it's not, because the Jungle Book took pieces of that original movie. They took some of the songs, they took some of that Disney magic, but that original Jungle Book story was a story for young adults, for grown-ups. It was a brutal story about a
Yeah,
kid
and Andy
growing up in the
Serkis made
jungle.
that version and it fucking stunk.
Yeah, but Favreau made a better version. I'm
Exactly.
not saying that, but that's not the Lion King. This is a fundamentally different story. This was a version of Hamlet used with animated animals, cartoon 2D drawings. You don't get that same effect in live action. You have real animals trying to adapt Hamlet. That sounds ridiculous. If this came out first, people would say,
I think
you're absolutely
Shakespeare
mad.
would be proud.
The fact that they spent so many hours rendering this animation to do some of these shots just as exactly as that 2D movie, to me, is just ridiculous.
What do you expect? Like, it's Hollywood. They're obviously going to try to make money, and mostly every story of every movie is a riff off of some other story. So it's just such a popular property with The Lion King, and we all grown up seeing it. I just want to view it as something new, something as a retelling of the story that I love. And I don't think that's a big deal. I'm still going to go see it. You're still going to go see it. Everyone that probably hates this idea is probably going to see it.
Well, they're saying it's going to make like, what,
$2 billion?
$2 billion?
So say Detective
it-
Pikachu is supposed to make a shit ton of money
I
also.
cannot wait for that. Is it bad that I kind of agree with both of you? I
No,
kind of don't like that
Makes you
that they're doing.
insane.
I like that they're doing shot for shot, but now I don't like it as much.
But I've had this
Weird.
opinion since the first
It's
time
not
that they
shot
announced
for
this.
shot.
No,
It's
it's
just because
I know
they-
not shot for shot.
They
but
obviously
a lot of it's
positioned
going
the
to be like
trailer
it,
so
though.
people can compare the two and be like, "Oh, look at this." That's obviously a conscious decision, but
It could very well be that the only shot for shot shots are in the trailer.
yeah, I mean, this is what you know. We're not spoiling anything, so
Right.
here it is, and we have so much more to show you. So
I just think this story it worked better for 2D animation.
no, that's fair. It's a fair point, but I would just say you don't know that until you see it.
I've seen enough.
Just hate Lion King, huh?
Do we have any other stories that we could talk about?
Well, that's another thing about Star Wars and what you were saying earlier with Palpatine. Anakin's downfall was him finding love. Like, I wonder, like, what could be her downfall? She's already out of Kylo.
Well, I think her wearing all the white means that I don't think there's going to be any conflict within them, either of them, her
Right.
and Kylo. So I don't think there's going to be a downfall with Rey. I think you have to end because the first one, the bad guys won. Second one, the good guys won. So you would think it would go back to the bad guys. But if this is the end of the traditional episodes, that there's not going to be any more episode 10. There might be a continuation with Rey in 20 years and they just call it Rey Skywalker, the movie.
Yeah.
But I think you have to end with the good guys winning. Or it could be a Game of Thrones style ending where I've been saying it. I feel like I keep repeating myself with points, but where nobody kind of wins, where there is a balance finally to the Force, because that's been one of the themes. That would be true balance. Good guys win, bad guys win, then nobody wins. There is a balance. Maybe that's what the Skywalkers are. Maybe Rey trains the Knights of Ren and turns them into Skywalkers. But they still are keepers of peace, but I don't think there will be a downfall like Anakin for Rey. But if she gets screen time with Palpatine,
I'd like the good guys to win, though. I feel like they've been battling forever, it seems like, in Star Wars. Not so much, like, I guess Palpatine's had his shit cooking since episode 1, but...
well, what, like the last 50 years is when shit is really... last, like, 60 years in the Star Wars universe? Because apparently things were good for about 1,000 years. 1,000 generations.
And then they let one man.
There's been no fucking good movies this year yet. I'm just thinking like Endgame next week, but I think
Pet Sematary was okay.
What is the best movie of the year so far? For me, it's literally Penguin Highway. That's the best movie I've seen.
I saw Hotel
And then
Mumbai.
Us would be number 2.
Us was,
I'm gonna check my list.
but Us was very. I liked it, but I didn't think it was like. I think we were spoiled because last year we had Annihilation right in January,
Yeah.
and that fucking set the tone.
Well, I came out of Annihilation saying it was the top 25 movie of all time.
You do that sometimes, but just like the lead up for this year, I guess it's very back heavy, but I've been very disappointed.
The
So
caboose is heavy.
Yeah, because we got a couple of like Hobbs and Shaw, Dark Phoenix,
Yeah, Dark.
Child's Play.
I feel bad for the Dark Phoenix.
I got Glass.
Glass, yeah.
Glass stunk.
That's all I have though.
That's the only movie you saw.
That's the only movie you've
No, I've
seen.
I've seen more. I never put in the notes.
Like,
You gave it a 4 out of 10? Damn. Remember Glass?
brutal. Yeah, no.
I give it a 4 out of 10.
I've been.
It stunk.
What about that new Beyonce movie?
I saw
I
that.
heard it's really
I
good.
Did you
didn't-
watch it?
No, I saw it on.
I've only
fuck
seen
is that?
16 movies this year. I feel like by this time
Who's
last
the
year.
yours?
By this time last year, I was at least 25.
Well, I think it's because of Game of
Captain
Thrones.
Marvel.
Oh,
Triple
yeah, you,
Frontiers up there for
you
me.
did see.
I've been so busy with Game of Thrones that I think in
Did
theaters
you
I've
just
only
check me
seen
on
about.
Captain Marvel?
What do you mean?
Like I didn't see Captain Marvel. Oh yeah, you did see Captain Marvel.
I was running like, oh yeah, you were with me.
Endgame's next week, dude.
Yo,
Endgame is a week from today for us.
and the draft.
Holy shit.
It's actually good this year because last year we saw Infinity War right as the draft was happening, so I didn't hear about the
Yeah.
Darnold news until after. At least we're seeing a later showing. So
Yeah, everybody died, and then Aaron's like, yes!
well, I waited for the credits to roll. I'm not a monster.
Oh, we're really getting in on an
Oh,
11
you said
o'clock
yes
showing.
when Thanos Will Return came on screen. Yeah, 11:15.
I'm screwed.
Why? Because you have work the next
At
day?
5.
Whatever it takes, right?
I mean,
It's
It's gonna be a late day
Some
for
people
me.
would complain about
I
the
told-
lack of sleep, but
I told Aaron, yeah, I'm gonna
not us.
sleep during the day.
Yeah, take a nap.
But if I sleep, I'll fuck around and sleep through Endgame.
you
I
would.
was going to do that for Game of Thrones on Sunday, where I was going to sleep that whole day. I ended up staying up all night Saturday and not going to sleep, and then having to pull another all-nighter on Sunday. That was brutal. Oh, you guys want to go to some fan questions here?
Sure.
All right, so we got some Game of Thrones questions from the email. We have a question here from Ronnie Chambers. Hey, guys, huge fan. My question is, what do you think of the theories of Dany getting pregnant with Jon's baby? It seems like they've hinted at it a few times last season. What do you guys think? Do you think that still happens in this season? The thing is the time lapse.
I don't know. I feel like if they were gonna do that storyline, they would have waited to tell Jon about who he really is. I don't want that to happen now. That's just another I feel like that, I don't know. I don't like that storyline.
To be honest with you, I kind of blanked out once I heard Game of Thrones. My brain stopped. I felt like we'd have like a nice podcast, no Game of Thrones. You know, maybe get some David Lynch rankings in. David Lean. Any of the Davids, really. Fincher.
David Soderbergh.
Yeah,
I'd say one David.
yeah. Is the baby something about the baby? Is it hers? Is it gonna happen? No, I really don't know the question.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, that's serious. It's possible. I mean, prophecy has been known to not come into fruition or be prophecy in the past with Game of Thrones has always been. Fuck, I really can't answer this. I tend to believe not. I mean, obviously, there's a prophecy that she'll never have children again. We've seen prophecy not come to fruition in the past, so I wouldn't use that as a definitive. But I've always just felt like one of them is surviving, one's not. And depending on who that is, obviously if Daenerys dies before they can have a child, then that kind of, or Jon, that kind of puts a halt to that. It's too much of like the happy ending, right? You know, maybe Jon and Daenerys die, but the child lives and Tyrion raises him up to be the perfect king. I don't know. It's tough.
I'd like that.
The question is, too, it's a question of the time lapse because, you know, it takes 9 months for people to have a baby. So how far are we getting into this season where... How long is this battle going to last?
exactly.
Is the battle still going on while she's pregnant? Does this take her off of the field? It's like Lisa Leslie in the WNBA, you know?
Serena Williams.
Take a scene. Yeah, Serena
Well,
Williams.
Serena dominated while she was pregnant.
did.
You think Daenerys is on the back of that dragon with a baby bump? That would be for women everywhere. Be an inspiration. So it's a question of, do I think it's going to happen? Yeah. That would put a new development in the season that we're kind of not anticipating, but that would be different.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Maybe she finds out in like the next episode.
Maybe we
that
take
she's
like
pregnant.
Cersei's pregnant and there's like 2 babies now. Throwing 2 babies in the mix. That's
2 babies. Don't know why I said that.
Yeah, I kind of.
I was trying to think of what that could be from.
2 Chainz.
I was going more Always Sunny, Baby in the House. Combine the ideas. When Dee's pregnant, you're also trying to start
yeah.
a realty company. And then you're trying to combine the ideas somehow.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Baby in the House? But Baby in the House.
This question is actually pretty good here from Austin Shanahan. I thought it was strange that Brand referred to Jamie as an old friend. Sure, he could consider him as a friend for setting him on his destiny to become the Three-Eyed Raven, but what if it's more? Maybe the first Three-Eyed Raven, Brendan Rivers, somehow communicated with the first Azor Ahai somehow. This is assuming Jamie is Azor Ahai, which he is. I'm somebody who, I don't hate the idea that Jamie is the chosen one, Azor Ahai, but I think it was just a joke.
Yeah.
It was funny for the fans.
Yeah, like an old friend that almost killed me.
Yeah. It's, oh, hey there.
The joke is they're not really friends.
No, they're not friends at all. But
That's
they
why
might
I'm waiting
become
for
friends.
Jamie to greet him real happy.
Hey,
What's up, Brand?
kiddo. You look great. You're almost a man now.
Almost.
Almost.
So your legs aren't working? It's a real shame how that happened to you.
It'd be funny
How'd
they
that
have,
happen?
they have like
Did you
a-
ever figure out how that happened?
they have the moment like Robert and Ned in episode 1. It's like, you got fat. And Ned gives him that look like, look at you. If Jamie goes, oh, you can't walk. He's like, look at you. Looking at his hand.
Nice hand.
All right, this question here is from Mason Thorne. Will the Islanders win the Cup, and who you got in the NBA playoffs?
That's a hell of a question.
Also, what's going to happen in episode 2 of Game of Thrones?
Did you tweet for questions?
I did.
Oh.
Last minute tweet.
Oh, wow.
So the Islanders have a chance here, huh?
They look good, man.
Yeah, man.
How do you feel right now as an Islander fan?
It's great. I mean, so I didn't expect to sweep Pittsburgh, and I honestly, in the beginning of the year, I didn't expect to make it to the playoffs. But the team's rolling. I mean, Barry Trotz has done a hell of a job with these guys, and have them committed to team play. Best defensive team in the league. The goalies are playing outstanding. Robin Leonard, Grice played good towards the end of the year too. You met Leonard, right?
Yeah.
Such a great story too. If you
Great
ever,
guy. He told me all about it.
Yeah, if you don't know who Robin Leonard is in his story, read up on it. It's a tremendous feat, and I think a lot of people want to root for him to succeed. But at the deadline, too, they didn't make any moves, and you could take that 2 ways. Like, either they don't think we're going to win this year, so they're not going to waste future assets, or they believe in the group we have. And when you have Lou Lamoriello and Barry Trotz in that structure, they obviously spun that to the team like, no, we believe in you guys, and they really believe in it.
It's kind of like the Eagles. Like, the Eagles just went on a roll. And it's crazy what chemistry can do for a locker room.
And now with Tampa gone,
Dude, there's upsets
I'm
all
not
over
scared
the
of
league.
the Capitals. I'm not scared of the Hurricanes. I'm not scared of Columbus.
I got
All right,
Bucks.
guys. Who do you
Bucks in
think
the
is
playoffs.
going to
I'm
be
joking.
the third Dragon Rider? No, actually, we have the question here. Harden or Giannis for MVP? I think this is the closest MVP race in recent memory,
Oof. I think it's Giannis, without a doubt.
without a doubt.
Isn't he blowing him out?
My gut's telling me.
I mean,
Giannis.
Harden, man, the way he carried that team and that fucking record-setting performance he did. It's not like he was compiling. Like, a lot of people make the argument Russell Westbrook compiles with his triple-doubles. He needed to
hate
do
that
that
argument.
without Chris Paul.
Me too.
Oh, no, he did it for 3 straight years. Unbelievable. Like, if people could compile like that, people would compile
I know,
like that.
that's the thing.
You have to, even if he was, you had to have enough talent
He's a
to do that.
professional athlete. How many people they say, oh, other people could do it? Yeah, maybe like 7.
LeBron,
so there's
maybe?
7 players maybe in the NBA that could do that. Yeah, not even that.
No, that's
It's
high.
The hardest
Maybe
is the passing.
3.
Yeah, it's the passing. I think Harden could maybe. Harden got close a couple of years ago. It's like 30, 11, and 8. That's a fucking crazy stat line though. 36 points per game, about 8 assists, 5 rebounds.
No,
That's
he
huge.
fucking was unbelievable this
And in
year.
the West,
So
but
was Giannis.
My gut's telling me it's Giannis for MVP,
yeah.
and he's the better player too.
I don't know. I personally hate the way the Rockets play.
Me too. It's-
Same
it's
with the Warriors
unwatchable.
too. It is. It's hard. I think what
Well,
he
Warriors
shot
is
like.
a little prettier.
Well, no, I think there was one game where the Rockets shot like 47 threes, or they missed. I don't know. No, Harden made like 3 threes out of like 20 something.
Yeah.
Like that's horrible basketball.
Yeah, it's also horrible podcasting. I can see the losing the views right now. See, when
This
it's talking about
question is-
basketball, it's not that funny, right?
No, it is.
Give me some hockey fucking talk.
It actually is
Oh,
funny.
sorry.
Hey, is that what you were saying? I thought you were saying about sports.
No, just hockey.
Oh,
This question here from Katie at Hey, Katie. Favorite cookie? Go.
damn, that's tough.
I didn't know that was
Oreo.
her at name.
Nah,
They're like,
Chipotle.
oh, this one's from Katie. Hey, Katie. I'm like,
No,
what
that's
the
her at.
hell was that?
At Hey, Katie.
Favorite cookie?
Chips Ahoy?
Peanut
No.
butter?
No, Girl Scout cookies, peanut butter.
Samoa.
Yeah,
Yeah, peanut butter's a hell of a cookie. The
I
Oreo's
love
solid.
peanut butter.
Chocolate chip. Can't go wrong. You know what
Nice
cookie
chocolate chip and
sucks?
milk.
You know what's the best cookie though, man? You get any cookie dough for chocolate chip, just homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate.
Yeah, you're pronouncing chocolate really weird.
Hey, you know what's funny? When I went back to my house,
I don't need you to.
when I went back to my mom's house, Debbie said, "You know, since you left, we've only gone through like one peanut butter jar." I'm like, yeah, I know. I go through like
Yeah, but who
4
eats
a
an
week.
entire peanut
Yo,
butter
you know what's
jar? You're
fucking great?
ridiculous.
Those holiday cookies, like the sugar ones.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah,
Rainbow cookies. I'm a
oatmeal
big fan
cookies.
of.
I'm not a big fan.
I think we're just naming cookies now.
Not a big fan of pastries.
We didn't
I'm a big
say what
fan
our
of
favorite
pastries.
is.
No, my favorite's Samoa.
What's that?
Girl Scout.
Oh,
The coconut caramel.
never had it.
I'm gonna fucking tee off when I get home now.
Would rock your
I
world.
think I got a fucking pack of Oreos.
This question here from Michael Eric Devon. Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle?
Charmander.
I'll go as a
Charmander.
Squirtle guy.
If you pick Bulbasaur, you're a psychopath.
What is with you and Nash?
Yeah,
thinking
Nash
people
said
who
that-
pick Bulbasaur
You don't
as
pick
a
leaf Pokemon.
Why not? Bulbasaur's cute.
Yeah, not about being cute. There's so many weaknesses in leaf.
Yeah, that's true. Well, if you're gonna make points like that, yeah, then I can side with
Yeah,
you.
if you wanna
But
get
Nash
into
is
the
just like-
nitty-gritty.
Nash doesn't get into the
Get into the analytics of starter Pokemon.
I
I actually like this question.
I'm
here
gonna
from-
buy a Game Boy and get the
You
red.
can, you can
and
get it
play.
online. Just play it on your computer.
Yeah, that's not real though. You gotta get the Game Boy and play.
True.
I'm
No-
siding
no
with
dimmer.
Teddy. Yeah, if you're not on the couch with the Game Boy.
No dimmer either though. It's gotta be played in the daytime.
Get that fucking light you connect to.
Oh man,
I remember once. Stupid story. Go.
cool. This question here from Robin at maybe_possibly. Will Ghost like Danny?
They have the connection, so if John's cool with it, then I think Ghost will be. Wishful thinking we're going to see Ghost, because I haven't seen him
We
in
gotta.
a while. When's the last time we seen Ghost?
Season 6.
Really?
Season 6, episode.
Home?
Yeah, maybe. Season 6, episode 2, maybe, when John wakes up.
Jeez.
No, because is he in the room with Davos?
I'm not sure.
They don't show him though. I don't think he's on screen.
It's gonna be like a fucking
No,
growl in the
was
background.
He was
or
in
a
the
howl.
room when they were trying to break in.
Yeah, but that's even before Home.
Oh,
No, he's going to be in season 8.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
before they
Better
killed
be.
him.
Yeah, I think she'll like him. Best film starring an actor or actress from Game of Thrones. Also, worst film.
Can we do a TV series?
Well, I mean, the
Who's
best
Bond's
film would
bodyguard?
be like one of Ingmar Bergman's films with Max von Sydow. It's like the
Yeah.
Seventh Seal. But like for
Shame.
I didn't
Right,
understand. Like,
Shame's probably better.
yeah, shame, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
you see Bodyguard?
Every Ingmar Bergman film with Max von
Don't
Sydow.
know many two Ryan Johnsons, but give me some fucking. Give me some deep cuts.
Yeah, right. Shame.
And I only know David Lean's filmography from that unforgivable video.
Unforgivable. It's a lean night. That's amazing.
But
You guys seen Bodyguard yet?
no,
No, I haven't.
You should
Hear it's
watch
great.
it. It's really good.
Richard Madden.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of some of the older actors who have been. I mean, Fellowship of the
Sean
Ring.
Bean. Yeah, that's a fucking Sean Bean. All of them really.
Worst film. Amelia Clark's been in some stinkers.
The Terminator.
Terminator. Yeah.
Solo wasn't bad.
Sophie Turner. And
Lena Headey.
Apocalypse.
Phoenix.
Actually-
Yeah,
The first
The
purge.
Phoenix.
The first purge
Yeah,
wasn't.
incoming.
First purge wasn't too bad.
No. Lena
Headey.
Headey's in that?
Yeah, she's think about all the good the purge does.
Oh.
Yeah,
I haven't
they've
seen-
used that
Wow.
soundbite for every fucking movie going forward.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
The Purge.
Yeah. I saw that in theaters.
The first one was good, and then it just got really, really bad. Quick too.
Well, I think it was the first one was like okay. And
Peter
then all the
Dinklage
other
was
ones.
an elf.
Yes, he
Oh my
was. Yeah,
God.
yeah. Well, the
Elf is on. Yeah, Elf's up
the
there.
Station Agent. Have you guys seen that with Peter Dinklage? Really good movie.
Pompeii is terrible. That could be.
I haven't
on.
seen that.
Come on, Kit.
Kit, yeah, right.
Let's see. This is actually fun. Let me go in the old brain.
Where have you been? Elena Tyrell was in the James Bond movie. What is it called? Of Her Majesty's Secret Service, I think it's called, with George Lazenby, the only one he did.
What has Charles Dance been in?
Aliens 3.
Sheesh.
No, he's been in some other stuff. I'm sure he's got some plays, right? All right, this question here from What's Her Username 27.
I don't know.
What's her name 27?
Oh.
What's the next show you guys are going to watch and revisit after Game of Thrones?
Breaking Bad.
I knew you were going to say that.
I was thinking of something funny. I couldn't think of it in time before Teddy said Breaking Bad.
If we do another revisited, I would like to do the MCU.
I'll say Twin Peaks.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
Twin Peaks season 2 would get brutal.
Yeah, but it'll be like
Maybe
that
The
ending.
Return.
I don't
We
know.
watch the first 2 seasons, review the first 2 seasons, and then, well, The Return would be brutal too.
Yeah.
All right, in this scene, the coffee starts floating, and
This guy's been sweeping for 20 minutes.
there's a rabbit that's tap dancing to Ja Rule.
Now, I like
Well, we
this
should do
scene
those
because
seasons.
I have no idea what's going on, and I
That's
can't
what I like
explain it
about
to you. So,
Film is not about narrative; it's a visual art form.
yeah.
And visually, I have no idea what I'm watching.
I don't know why Nadine's a fucking Avenger, but
Right? What the hell?
I think those were the Frost episodes.
And then
so.
in return, there was Iron Fist. That wasn't Frost. That was David Lynch.
Yeah, MCU stuff. I mean, just shows in general going forward. There's going to be a ton of Disney Plus content. I think someone asked me the other day, like, what am I looking forward to? What series? Mandalorian,
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Lord of the Rings,
Yes.
WandaVision, Bucky and Winter Soldier, Loki show. And there's always, something you're not expecting at all that just comes out of nowhere. You're like, oh, shit, this show is fucking awesome.
Watching that Simpsons promo felt so cringy. This is all the jokes that they made about Disney. It was weird. It's like, oh, we're living in a weird time here.
Yeah, it's crazy how much content is getting pumped out with all these streaming
$6.99 a
services.
month, man.
Dude,
That's
it's
crazy.
It's out of control. It's like the floodgates are open.
Well, there was an Onion article, and it was like, no, it wasn't an Onion article. Somebody just randomly tweeted it. It's like, oh, all these companies are starting to learn what cable was, and they're just recreating cable. So you have to pay for all these different
Right.
services, and we're just going backwards.
Oh yeah, my friend at work, he canceled cable, and so he got the Roku,
Yeah.
no free ads, and
For Roku? Damn.
Yo, cable?
but he ends up subscribing to like 3 or 4 things, and then it's like I'll do one more.
Yeah,
And
right.
now it's like $80 a month, which
It's
is
like,
cable.
oh, I'm paying for cable. Right?
Yeah.
Cable? That's a lot of hate. I like a good cable. You flick
Oh,
it
yeah,
around.
like China, you don't get
See-
Pix 11.
Yeah, you just see stuff like
News 12.
there's something like I would never click on some stuff on Netflix that I watch on cable for a long time. I'm just like, oh, I'll put this on. Then you can flip channels. It's awesome.
When I first started watching Supernatural,
People
I had
sleep
no
on
idea that it was
cable.
on AMC.
Yeah, because of that reason.
I'm not-
Because of that terrible sales pitch. You can flip around.
Yeah. You're like, oh, Parks and Rec's on here on Comedy Central. That's cool. And then you go to like, Impractical Jokers. Funny fucking show, by the way. People hate on that show.
You like it? I love it.
Laugh
dude.
out loud
Piss
every
my
single
pants when
time.
I watch it.
All right, this question
You
here.
don't get that on Netflix. You always just watch the same thing.
Yeah, Our Planet.
That's a good. You watch that?
Yeah, I love
I
Our
love that
Planet.
too, dude.
Yeah, it's really good. This is a question here from Big Chungus.
That's a great name.
I knew you would like that. How long before we get a Game of Thrones anime? Say 5 to 10 years.
Well, there actually be
After he
one.
finishes the books, maybe.
No, I'm saying he just thinks that there might be one. He's not saying that there's one confirmed.
That would be cool. Like we
After
talked
the
about
books?
this in the past, just like,
A spin-off,
no, just like a straight up book adaptation.
verbatim
Yeah.
adaptation of the books. I think that would be more far off because you need to put some space in between the show and that anime because right away
There's
people
going to
are
be
going to see.
movies. There's going to be series, spin-off, prequels. It's
Game
not
of
going
Thrones is
to.
not going away.
It's not going to end. Which
Movies though, I wonder.
shout out to us. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, thank
You,
you.
check the views. I mean, you see the Star Wars trailer reaction just sitting there at like 20,000.
It's like, hey boys.
Yeah. But I like
Yeah, I'm here too.
yeah. Click me.
All right, last question here from Playoff Time at knava_12. Game of Thrones TV character you hate the most? Character that
Dead or alive can be anyone.
yeah, it could be anyone.
Starting to think you didn't hear me when I said Game of Thrones question.
Littlefinger.
Really, you hate Littlefinger?
There's a difference between hate and like bad characters, right? Because obviously you hate Joffrey, Ramsay, Littlefinger, all the bad guys, but the characters themselves are good and bring a lot to the show.
Alistair Thorne. I hate that motherfucker.
But he's a good character.
No, but I hate him.
What was it? What was the question? Hate?
I didn't like Littlefinger's character. He was a little snake.
Yeah.
It was a great character though.
Okay, but you can hate a great character. I'm not saying Alistair
Yeah, I'm not
Thorne's
saying he didn't do a bad job. Good job.
For me though, I always like
like a character that you hate, that you root against.
yeah.
Could be a villain, could be a good guy. Just
Trying
hate
to
them.
think. I hated fucking Ollie
Yeah,
because he's a bad character and just a fucking prick.
Yeah, he pissed. I changed mine.
His little face when
I
they're
hated him
fucking
too.
when they're after they're talking about like they're in the room and Alistair and everyone's like, oh, you killed Lord Commander. He's just sitting there with that fucking look on his face. Get a fucking life, you dead bitch.
My mom's boyfriend's like, Ollie saved Jon Snow's life. I don't know about that. Yeah, I hate Ollie. Hate Alistair
I
Thorne.
mean, obviously you hate Ramsay.
oh,
and
no,
stuff.
a character no, Janos Slint.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking.
That's the most hateable character in the show.
He's a piece of
There's
work.
nothing about him that's redeemable.
I mean Ramsey, obviously.
Yeah,
But you
Ramsey.
but when I watch him, like
There's a
I
lot of
hate.
I hate a lot of people.
It's like I hate him, but he's like he brings something to the show that
Very entertaining.
the Sands, Ilaria. We don't
Yeah.
just she was
Oh, who's Oberyn's wife?
Ilaria.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's the NerdSoup podcast for today. Thank you for listening, and you can join us every week here on the NerdSoup YouTube channel, NerdSoup, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. I think I forgot to mention SoundCloud in the beginning. And send us your questions. Make sure that they're Game of Thrones questions so that Aaron can answer them by himself. NerdSoup4U at Gmail, NerdSoup4U on Twitter. Just send us questions about anything. Literally anything. We'll talk about anything on this podcast. That's what we do. And we hope you'll come back and join us. For
Yeah.
Aaron, where can they find you? Where can the kids find you?
Wait, want to get my address?